Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors on this July the 4th. So glad you're watching this morning. We're going to wish all of America a happy birthday. Had a lot of things going on and so much to be proud of as a country, as families and all here. So we're going to talk about that later. But first, let's get our weather, because it's going to be another hot one today. 88, high and low of 78. And that water temperature, folks, is still at 86 degrees. So it's warm. That's what's expected this time of year. In really good shape there. Let's go into our moon phase. It's basically we're in a waxing moon. I got a full moon coming up shortly, but a tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Good strong tide. Have a high tide at 10:18 this morning and a low tide tonight at 9:02. Marine forecast south-southwest at about 10. All right, the Barron's barbecue sauce. We're going to do our fishing game times because we have a video coming up. Barron's barbecue shrimp marinade sauce fishing game times 12:33 to 2:33 this morning, and this evening from 1:02 to 3:02. Okay, so that'll be some good times. Let's go ahead and take off. We're going to do a quick weather. Take our break and come back. I'm going to introduce a video. All right, welcome back. You know, always on July 4th, we like to just sit down and talk a minute, but this video we got coming up is, we went to Defuniak Springs last Wednesday and just had the best time visiting with the folks. Had a good crowd of folks there and just had a wonderful time. So this video's coming up, but I started this. This idea hit me a good while back. So many of you viewers I talked to and emailed from and all, but I just want to meet you face to face. And now that I've retired, this is one of the things I want to do when I retired is go around to these different towns and communities and just sit down and just visit with y'all. And that, you know, we just, as Americans, our lives are so busy, we don't do that kind of stuff anymore. I can remember as a kid, our dad would take us to places and they would be visiting, we'd be sitting on the front porch, my brother and I bored, but now as I look back, man, what a wonderful time our parents were having just visiting folks. So we're going to do that. We're going to visit with you. So that's what it's coming up about. And you start thinking about our show, and it reaches out to real people, you know, people like y'all. And it's not, you know, I don't go through makeup and obviously anything like that. I just come here and do the show. Jeff works really hard on the visual and putting it on YouTube and all. And this show is so appreciated by y'all, and y'all tell me about it. And that's what keeps us going. And I just want to give back as much as I can. And if we get time to visit with you, we're going to do it. And we're going to continue bringing the very best in outdoor news. And outdoors is a big deal. A lot of folks going to it. I remember I used to be the only one that would cover anything on scalloping, and it'd be on a TV show around. Now, both the big stations, which I'm glad, both the big stations they'll go to and cover it, and it's a big deal now. But we've been saying it for a long time. We know how good the outdoors are for young people, and people are starting to see that now. Things we've always known. So so our poor. But first, before we get to poor Panhandle Outdoors on the road, we're just talking about July 4th. What a great time it is in America. Y'all, a lot of us having cookouts and family and friends and all out, and what a way to celebrate. We have so much to be proud of our own country. We don't have a perfect country, but we have the best country in the world, and I'll always say that. And things always have such a great opportunity to fellowship and have such freedom here. And we're going to, have so many people who've, given their lives to our country and our country's freedom, and we just have a lot to be appreciative about, and we have a strong faith in our area, and I just love America. I love living here in this Florida Panhandle, and love bringing you all these exciting things on the outdoors. So celebrate July 4th, and we always have a great blessing and all, and we're looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. So let's go ahead, but always be careful. Talk about that. So anyway, let's get ready for the video. We're going to set it up, and we'll go up there, get on and have a great time, and had a good visit, and good folks up there, and we're getting ready. That was on the western viewing area. We're going to be in the eastern viewing area on the next trip. We'll decide next week or two where we're going to go, okay? But let's go ahead and sit back, enjoy July 4th, and sit back and enjoy this video of what real people here are, okay? Here we go. All right, folks, we're at the Corner Cafe here in Defuniak Springs. We found it, and come in and see some of our viewers. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell folks who you are.
Well, my name's Callie Broxton, and let me tell you where I'm from. That's what you really want to know. From that little town called Graceville, where they got a big sign there that says, "The living is easy." But I love it. I retired 2008, and I moved back there, and I'm having lots of fun there.
And you enjoy watching the show?
Yes, I do enjoy it. I get a lot of information. And all that I don't get, I scratch it up and send it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who's with you?
This is...
I'm Juanita Kirkland, and I live in Chipley, Florida. And I'm here with my mother today, and I'm enjoying myself. Glad to be here, y'all. Thank
She
you.
loves the fish, too.
I love the fish.
Okay. Tell folks who you are.
Jackie Watson.
Jackie's been watching the show a while. I know I get a lot of information back and forth, Jackie.
I've been here most of my life.
Been at the Defuniac most of your life? What kind of fishing do you enjoy doing?
I like the flounder, but that red tide kind of fouled us up.
Did it mess it up this year?
Hadn't been getting too many, but I still like to do it.
Yeah, I know you watched Whitney, my granddaughter's show. You used to watch that Cast and Call a lot, didn't you?
I sure did. I enjoyed it, and I miss them. Y'all need to give us an update of what's going on.
We need to get them back. That's right.
I'm Larry.
Okay.
My wife's Jill.
Now, y'all from here?
We're from the Defuniac. We retired out here about 2 years ago from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That's right. I remember talking about Albuquerque. I remember How'd y'all end up here from Albuquerque?
Her sister has a place out on Juniper Lake, which is a nice bass lake.
Yes.
So this is where we decided to retire. It's beautiful here. Everybody treats us like kings and queens.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
you got me popping fishing, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, good. You had your luck this year?
It's been, we have good days and really bad days. Here lately, last month or so, it's been a lot of the June grass.
June grass is coming. Y'all go down to South Alton? Or?
It's just too crowded for me down there. I head to Navarre Beach and go out on a national seashore.
Hey, my name's Wade Hayslip, and I grew up in Crestview. Moved here in 1975, and Defuniac's my home, and I love living here. I primarily do freshwater, like to do a little saltwater fishing in Choctahatchee Bay, and enjoy going to St. Andrews. And right now, my daughter is camping over at Three River State Park, so this is a great place to live.
Cool. Yeah. That's a pretty place. I always go down the line here. I got to eat grill.
Good morning, welcome to Defuniac. I'm Sam McBroom. Flounder is my favorite fish, and this is my buddy.
I'm J.B. Hillard, and I'm a native of Defuniac, and I'm a coordinator of the Bent Rod Fishing Club here in Defuniac.
Coordinator, wow.
And our rods do get bent often, thank goodness. I fish the Choctahatchee River most of the time. It's my favorite body of water. But I fish up in Alabama, and I fish Choctahatchee Bay as well. But appreciate y'all coming to Defuniac.
My name is Tom Adams. I'm from Defuniac Springs. By way of since 2008, by way of South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, originally in New York. So love it in this area. We do a lot of fishing, lake fishing, surf fishing, doing a lot of camping. We have a big camper, and my wife and I race our 4 animals where they go fishing and camping.
Look like the True Outdoors. Check out this plate. I said, look at that hamburger with the bacon on it. I said, that was good. This is
Rhonda Skipper.
Rhonda Skipper.
Walton County Tax Collector.
Okay, tell us what you enjoy doing outdoors.
Is scalloping. That's one of our favorite things, and boat riding together. My husband, that's some of our favorite things that we do together, is getting out and pleasure riding and going scalloping.
Oh, that's cool. So how long have you been in this area?
I've lived here for about 31 years.
Oh, cool.
31 years, long time. I've got roots down. I've lived here, built a house, have 3 kids that we raised here, and 5 grandchildren.
Oh, wonderful. So
this
you
is home.
You get to watch the show every now and then?
Every now and then we do.
I know.
we like the Panhandle outdoors. We thank you for what you do as well.
Well, thank you.
For bringing it to our area.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm here with Caleb. He's one of my loyal viewers. Tell the folks where you from. Where you from?
So we're from Defeating Springs.
You from Defeating? How old are you? 11. So what grade are you going into?
4th.
Do you enjoy fishing? Tell me what kind of fishing you enjoy. Catfishing. Tell us how you do it.
So I have a net, and me and my dad go out to the bait, and I catch these like bait fish.
Yeah.
So I hook them and I cast it up, and then I.
Yeah. Y'all catch some big ones? Does your mom cook them? Y'all eat them? You can't eat them? You just catch them. That's pretty good.
He's learned over the summer how to throw a cast net though.
You can throw a cast net? Wow. That is wonderful. Do you get to watch my show very much? I appreciate that. I'm so glad you came today. Good to see you too.
Good to see you again too.
You're having problems with your catching the fish on the white bread? Get your can of biscuits. No matter what kind, they can be buttermilk or regular. Just get your can biscuit, roll the dough up real small, put it on the hook, catch a fish. It's not going to fall off like that. Like the white bread. Good fry? How many times a day? Oh, you don't know her, but try it anyway. See if that'll work for you. Okay?
We do at 5:30. Thank you. And one question: how do you get your name in the drawing? Me and my husband don't know how we get our name in the drawing.
How do you get your name in the drawing? Okay. All right. Tell us your name first.
Rachel Spence.
Rachel. Okay. What do you want to do?
Put my name in the drawing.
And your husband's name?
Christopher Spence.
Chris Spence. Okay. We gotta get a name in the drawing. Okay. Okay. Here we go. You okay with the light?
Yeah, I'm good with the light.
Okay.
All right. You're welcome.
Okay. The table right next to us, this real rambunctious table here, they're making all the noise. It's a radio station, so that's why they're making all the noise. Tell the folks who you are.
Well, I'm T.H. Barrett with WZEP and here in Defeating Springs, AM 1460, and we're here with all of the station personnel, our sales manager, Lauren, our station manager, Rebecca, their children on the end, Mr. Dick Tom Fleetwood. He's our morning and production control guy. There's Gary Holland. This is Tom's wife. And here celebrating birthdays and belated birthdays today.
Good to meet y'all.
Good to see you today. All right, have a great day.
Thank y'all. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I said, I've been watching you for a long time till I started back, doing the morning show.
Well, tell us about your morning show.
It comes on at 6 in the morning, and we're there till about 10 o'clock. From 9 to 10 o'clock, we have what we call the country store, and gives people an opportunity to buy, sell, trade, or swap, or whatever like that.
Happy birthday, Rebecca.
But I tell you what happens sometimes, like this morning, a guy called me up and told me he had a one-eyed rattlesnake that he wanted to get rid of. Yeah, we call
I
it
asked
possum.
if his name was Lucky.
And I've had another guy call up with possum. He wanted to sell a possum on me. The next thing you know, for the next few weeks, people are calling up giving me possum recipes.
You never know what you're going to get.
I never know. It's an adventure every morning, kind of like what you get. You have your adventures fishing. I have mine on the country store. Otherwise, I'm doing a lot of news and things like that with Mr. Merritt here. We just have a good time in the morning, just like you do.
Oh, that is great.
And I'm sorry I'm missing your show now, but I'm kind of having to work.
Well, the good news is you can always start watching on YouTube. That's on YouTube.
Oh, that's good stuff. Well, I have to do that.
Okay.
You'll have to hook me up, take me fishing. I love to fish. I would love to go.
Okay. All right, I'm here with the owner of the place, Perry Deneau. Listen, I just finished these ribs and they were delicious. I'm serious now. Great location here. How long have you been doing this?
Working on 6 years.
6 years.
Yes, sir.
You got a great clientele.
Yes, we do. We enjoy every one of them.
And the waitresses are sweet as they can be.
Thank you.
You got the right combination.
Yes, sir. I think so myself.
What's the history of this place? You know anything about much of the history? I know
It's been a restaurant for about 80 years.
80 years?
Yes, sir. I can't remember the guy's name that had it first, and now Natalie's the granddaughter of Miss Mamie, who used to own it for about 30 years or so. And then it was 4 or 5 restaurants in between and everything. So it's been here for a long time.
I guess probably this is old Highway 90.
Yes, sir.
Old Highway 90, and this was original road in North Florida from Jacksonville to Pensacola.
Right.
With Highway 90, so I'm sure over the years there's been some famous people stop by here.
Yeah, we have quite a few that come in here now. Even we have senators and judges and sheriffs sitting over there, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Tax collector and all the county commissioners. Well, everybody eats in here.
This is a place to hang out.
Evidently.
It was great, though. Thank you for hosting us.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you. I'm glad you came in.
All right.
You have a good day.
Good day. Most of the time when we travel, I always try to make a detour by the local public library, especially small towns of Americana. I just love it because it has so much history there. This library is 1886, so let's go in and check them out. I've never been here before. All right, folks, y'all know me on the show. Anytime I go to a place, I got to check out the history. And of course, the best place to check out history, go to the local library. My name is Dan Owens. This is the Defuniak Springs Library, and this is just a fascinating, first of all, location also. They've got all kinds of stuff in here for a small building. So Dan, tell us a little bit about your place.
Okay. Well, the library was established in 1887. The building, I should say. The library, meaning the books, was 1886. And this room was constructed in 1887 to serve as a library.
Wow.
And that is the distinction that we hold. We're not the oldest library in the state of Florida, but this is the oldest continuously operating library that was built to serve as a library.
Oh my goodness. So we're standing right here in this room. This is where it was.
This room was it. And these are the original floors. They had a porch that went all the way around, and I'm going to step over here and grab this photograph. This was a picture of the way the library looked originally, and it had, as I mentioned, a porch that went all the way around. And,
that's cool.
One thing I like to point out is this little tree, and I often ask people when they come in, did they recognize it? It is still growing outside the library, and it's this massive oak tree. This is a Regina music box. It was donated to us by Mr. Schiffer in memory of his wife. And they had tried to give it to a museum, but the museum would not take it. So he gave it to the library, like I said, in memory of his wife. And it is a disc player, and it takes a little bit of jiggling and joggling. They quit making them in 1920. The gramophone and the Victrola put them out of business. This unit costs as much as a piano, and so it was just couldn't compete. And what's special about them is the disc and the music comes from these little protrusions. Instead of a cylinder with pins, these line up with these starred wheels.
Oh yeah.
And each one plays a special note.
When you first look at it, it's like a sawmill blade.
It does, yes. And this had to be done by hand. They punched these down by hand, and that's why it just wasn't able to compete against the disc and the cylinders from the gramophone and the Victrola.
That's interesting. So this is at least 100 years old.
It's coming up, I'm pretty sure it's 100 years old. And it has quite a range of notes. Wallace Bruce was a poet, and he came to the Florida Chautauqua, and he built a little cottage right here. And he was the first president of the Florida Chautauqua. And his son built a nice two-story Victorian home. Kenneth Bruce built this home. And the residents of that home right now said that these photographs, this was the picture of their front parlor. And there's a long story about the weapons and going to the college and then going to the city. But eventually the weapons were brought to the library because the library belongs to the city. The weapons belong to the city. We have weapons from the 12th century, we have Japanese swords, we have African spears, we have Southeast Asian, swords and daggers, we have crossbows, so there's weapons from literally all around the world.
Wow. All right, folks, we're wrapping up our visit up here in Defuniak Springs. What a great visit we had. Sat down and had lunch with some of the nicest folks you ever want to be around. Had a great meal and just enjoyed the fellowship. Beautiful place up here, but just, visiting with the folks that I get emails from them, text and phone calls and all, but just, sit down and visit with them. And I won't trade that for anything in the world. So what a great visit we had. We're going to be coming to your place pretty soon. Remember, it's POR, P-O-O-R, Panhandle Outdoors on the Road. So give us a call about where you want us to meet, and we'll do about once a month or something. So for now, we're going to close it out up here in Defuniak Springs.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.